It could become the defining issue of the Harper government. Approval today of the Northern Gateway Pipeline, a major project to get oil out of landlocked Alberta to hungry markets in Asia. But within minutes of the announcement, the opposition made it into a potential wedge issue for next year's federal election. Northern Gateway is an 1,100-kilometer twinned pipeline. One pipe would carry more than 500,000 barrels of petroleum every day from Bruderheim, Alberta to Kitimat, BC, where it would be put on tankers bound for Asia. The other would move about 190,000 barrels a day of what's called condensate, used to thin petroleum for transport, back the other way. It would all pass through several communities and First Nations along the way, which has been the root of the passionate debate from both sides. We begin our coverage tonight with the CBC's Margo McDermott in Ottawa. Margo.
Peter, this is the most controversial pipeline project in Canada, but today's approval was no surprise to anyone. As the hours ticked towards the deadline, the federal cabinet left it right up to the last minute to make a decision. It came in a press release from Natural Resources Minister Greg Rickford, agreeing with the National Energy Board that the project should go ahead. The Joint Review Panel found that construction and operation of the Northern Gateway Pipeline project is in the public interest, subject to 209 conditions being met by the proponent. After carefully reviewing the report, the government accepts the independent panel's recommendation. The Harper government sees the Enbridge project as crucial to developing new markets for Canadian oil.
It's an environmentally dangerous economic activity.
NDP leader Tom Mulcair favors moving oil to the Atlantic coast instead, and all opposition leaders immediately promise to kill this project if any of them forms government.
This decision will immediately be set aside by an NDP government in 2015.
This current government has been nothing but a cheerleader for this pipeline from the very beginning when Canadians needed a referee. I will not be approving this pipeline.
It would cause permanent damage to the British Columbian economy and to our environment.
But construction won't start for at least another 15 months while Enbridge works to meet the conditions. It admits there's also a lot of public outreach to do.
Social license to me is to build confidence of the people of British Columbia, Alberta, the rest of Canada, that we can build this pipeline in an environmentally safe way.
But First Nations and environmental groups have already launched 5 court cases against the project.
If these legal challenges are successful, then they will, in effect, overturn the entire process and it would have to start again.
There are years of opposition and legal battles ahead, but this project is still the fastest, cheapest way to get Alberta oil to a Canadian port, which means supporters and investors may be willing to wait out opponents to try to get it built. Peter?
All right, Margo, thank you. Margo McDermott in Ottawa.